Welcome to another video by Helinika.com, a platform dedicated to the Greek language, history and culture. Many of you have been asking the age-old question, how to read in Greek. Reading is the wonderful art of interpreting written symbols to understand a message. It is a process that requires word and letter recognition, a strong vocabulary, and phonological awareness. In order to learn how to read in modern Greek, you need to expose yourself to Greek written materials, after learning, of course, the Greek alphabet, which is one of the oldest in the world. Keep in mind that if you have never studied Greek before, expecting to learn how to read in Greek with just one video is simply not possible. Here you will find a step-by-step guide of everything you need to do in order to achieve your goal. Step number 1. Learn the Greek alphabet. Memorize the Greek letters, their names, and the sounds they stand for. Be aware that many of the Greek letters are simply not pronounced as you may think they do. For example, the letter Vita is the equivalent of the English letter V, not B. We say Vareli, which is pronounced as Vareli, not Bareli, meaning barrel. Also make sure to understand which letters are vowels and which are consonants. To make things easier for you, the Greek alphabet has 7 vowels: alpha, epsilon, eta, iota, omicron, omega, ypsilon. The rest of the 17 letters are all consonants. Step number 2. Memorize the letter combinations. Certain letter combinations may produce a different sound in Greek. For example, alpha iota together produce the same sound as epsilon. It is not pronounced as I, but as E. Similarly, epsilon iota and omicron iota produce the same sound as eta, iota and ypsilon. So, if you see the sentence είμαστε συνέτεροι, don't say είμαστε συνεταίροι, είμαστε συνέτεροι. We are business partners. Step number 3. Understand how to make syllables. Syllables are units of organization for a sequence of speech sounds. For example, in Greek, a vowel can be a syllable by itself. Diphthongs, vowel combinations that are read as single vowels, such as alpha iota that we saw earlier, and vowel combinations that are read as vowel consonants, alpha epsilon, epsilon ypsilon, are treated as single vowels and are never separated. The same goes for double consonants that produce one sound, such as gamma gamma. This is why following step number 2 is crucial in this case. Step number 4. Learn the use of the tonos. Tonos is the Greek stress marking diacritic that is placed atop a given word's stressed syllable. For example, you are given this word. We say lemoni, lemoni, not lemoni, not lemoni. Step number 5. Start reading single words aloud. Before reading entire sentences, you should start by reading single words. Make sure to use resources that offer the option to listen to the correct pronunciation, such as the ones from Helinika. Make sure to memorize the meaning of each word, since this is important for the next step. Step number 6. Study the vocabulary. Reading is more than understanding the sounds of the words inscribed on a piece of paper. You need to derive the meaning of each sentence. To do so, you need to start memorizing the translations of all the different Greek words, including nouns, verbs, adverbs, connective words, and adjectives. For example, if you know that εγώ means I, έχω means to have, and αυτοκίνητο means car, you understand that the sentence Εγώ έχω αυτοκίνητο means I have a car. Step number 7. Study the grammar. In Greek, words change their endings and overall form for multiple reasons, from showing plurality or chronology to indicating who is the subject or the object in a sentence. Words, including verbs, nouns, and adjectives, will look completely different from sentence to sentence. For example, ερχόμαστε, ήρθα, έλα are all different forms of the same verb, the verb έρχομαι, to come. To be able to understand complex texts, being familiar with the grammatical rules is non-negotiable. There are, of course, many more reasons why grammar is important to understand written communication. Step number 8. Understand the syntax. Every language structures its sentences differently. Syntax is the arrangement of words and phrases to create well-formed sentences in language. For example, in Greek, the verb is usually placed at the center of the sentence and the adjective tends to be placed before the noun it describes. Η Σοφία ετοιμάζει νόστιμα φαγητά. Sophia is preparing delicious dishes. Luckily, English speakers will find the Greek syntax quite intuitive. This word order, however, may confuse someone who is from France or Germany. Now that you know all the steps you should follow, make sure to start by learning the Greek alphabet and the letter combinations. As these are the first steps towards reaching your goal, you can find some free resources at Helinika's platforms, but to make things easier, it is recommended to register in Helinika's Udemy course and learn all the basics in a seamless way. Be aware that there are a lot of videos on the internet showing non-native speakers teaching the Greek alphabet. Many of them are based on Roman interpretations of the Greek letters, which are not applicable in Greece. These alternative pronunciations are used to read Biblical Greek aloud and cannot be used to communicate with Greek people as they will simply not be able to understand what you are saying. Make sure to double check the sources you are using and don't forget to subscribe and gain access to more free videos here on YouTube. You will find some video recommendations in the description of this video, along with an Udemy discount to register to my course, and of course a link to my book, Stories to Learn Greek. This book, of course, is not for absolute beginners. Once you are able to understand simple paragraphs, you will be able to purchase it and read it. See you again with another video.